What up, y'all? Happy Saturday to you. Good afternoon. Well, yeah, it should be after 12 o'clock now. Good afternoon to you. Want to pop on here real quick, and I just finished eating a late breakfast, and something that I was thinking about as I was eating was I get asked the same question from my female clients all the time during our sessions, but what they always ask me is, Vic, what is a good man? Because I really don't have good examples to point to. Excuse me, I've never really seen it. What is your definition of a good man? Help me understand what that entails so that way I know what I need to be looking for, what cues I need to be paying attention to, what sort of behavioral body language I need to be paying attention to. Help me understand. And well, first of all, it's a loaded question. And what I always tell my female clients is, well, my woman clients, is a good man. First of all, he's a man with purpose, meaning he knows what he wants out of his life. He knows what direction he wants to go in his life, and he is working to get there. So he has a sense of purpose. He has a sense of direction. He knows what he wants and how he wants to go about obtaining it. That's number one. Number two, a good man is emotionally intelligent. And we hear this all the time, and I've said this on a couple of my videos, but emotional intelligence is you are able to self-regulate yourself. You are able to act a part. You are able to respond accordingly and effectively to whatever it is that's going on in a way in which you're not putting yourself at risk of danger. You're not showing yourself to be emotionally unhinged, emotionally unstable when things go wrong, when bad things occur. You are able to self-regulate yourself even in the midst of a fire. You're able to stay cool, calm, and collected. We hear the word stoic when it comes to men. A man is to be stoic. That's very, very true. Because decisions that we oftentimes have to make and will have to make as men in our lives, there will come a point in time where it is going to be very, very, it's going to be a high pressure moment. It's going to be a very difficult decision. And it's important that we make that decision with sound judgment and logic versus our emotions. So emotional intelligence, number two. And this is in no kind of order, but I'm just going down the line. Number three, a good man communicates. Now, communication isn't just verbal. It could be nonverbal. It could be by way of writing to you. It could be way of verbalizing how he feel, what he's feeling, what he's seeing. Because, we hear all the time that a man is terrible at communicating, that we are terrible at expressing ourselves. And we are, for the most part, because of societal norms, because of our experiences, because of our traumas, because of the things that we've seen in our lives, the things that, the things that, the environment we come from, for example, an environment in which we may not have had the ability to open up, to express ourselves as we see fit, to ask questions. Those are sort of things that over time creates this dynamic within ourselves where, we hold everything in. We hold everything in. So a good man is a man that is able to communicate effectively to you, and not in a sense of dominating the conversation, not in the sense of being disrespectful, not in the sense of talking over you or any of those things. No, that's not what that looks like. But effectively communicating what he sees, how he's feeling to you, good, bad, or indifferent, to where you are able to receive that information, number one, interpret it, number two, and then three, apply it how you see fit. So that's number three. Number four, a good man is consistent. Consistency is, and consistency in terms of how he shows up for you. He's on time. He's always worried about your well-being, and not in a controlling sense, but just he's always worried about your well-being in the sense of just checking in on you, making sure things are good with you, making sure that you're safe, making sure you have what you need, just doing what a provider man would do. Because providing also, and this is the next one I was going to get into, providing isn't just about money. It's emotionally being able to show up for your woman, being able to mentally understand that, hey, I see she's having a bad day, let me give her some space. Or, hey, I see she's having a bad day, let me do this or do that for her. Or let me pick up some groceries while I'm on the way home to her. Or let me cook dinner this evening. Just things like that. How he's showing up to you, showing up for you. So I already said provider. And again, provider isn't just in the sense of money, but again, how he shows up for you, how he thinks of you, all the different things that he's able to do for you, do on your behalf, that it's not taken away from you, but it's him being able to read the room and see that, okay, hey, my woman, she needs assistance with this, or being forward thinking in terms of being able to figure out, hey, this is what I can pick up, knowing she may be falling short on. So fill in the gaps where there may be gaps present. So providing, not just with his money, but in terms of how he's showing up for you all the way around. Now, the next one from there is a good man is respectful. Now, respectful seems very, very basic, but it's much more important than what we see on the surface. Now, a good man respects himself first and foremost. He is not going to tolerate a whole bunch of foolishness. He is not going to tolerate you doing whatever it is you want to do without consequence. He is not going to tolerate you disrespecting him verbally, non-verbally, because he respects himself. He holds himself to a high regard, first and foremost, because he has created himself to be this man that is respected by those around him, because of his actions, because of how he goes about his business. And so when it comes to you, since he is carrying himself in that manner, he's definitely going to expect you to not only respect him, but also respect yourself. Because when you step out the house, you are a representation of him, and vice versa. A representation in terms of how you speak, how you dress, how you are interacting with other people, how you are showing up for other people, how you are showing up for yourself. If you go to brunch with your girls and then all of a sudden the mimosas start hitting, and then all of a sudden you're standing on top of the table, twerking on top of the table, and then it just so happens that one of his homeboys is there in the same setting as you, and he sees that, and he sees that you're there, he may very well, take a quick picture, take a quick video, and be like, "Hey, bro, I just seen your girl down at brunch going crazy. You might need to talk to her. How you are conducting yourself in public when he's not around. All of those things falls under respect. A good man also, he's assertive. And what I mean by assertive, he makes decisions. He makes things happen. There isn't a lot of confusion or anything. There isn't a lot of hesitation. There isn't a lot of indecisiveness. It doesn't mean that he's controlling or that he is all of these other, loose words that we hear thrown around all the time. It just means he gets things done. He knows how to make things happen. And you want a man that is able to get things done and make things happen, because a lot of women are indecisive. A lot of women second guess certain things. And part of the job of a man is to deconflict, is to solve problems. Because when things go wrong, when things break, it's in our nature to fix it. It's in our nature to take it apart, dissect it, see what's going on, and put it back together the best way we know how to. So assertive. A good man is reliable. Reliable in the sense of you don't have to worry about him letting you down. You don't have to worry about him falling short or missing the mark. Anytime you need him to do something or to show up in some kind of way, he is going to show up in that way, if not more, because of how he sees you, because of the way in which he feels about you. So in terms of him showing up, he is going to do that because it goes back to not only how he sees you, but how he sees himself. And he wants you to know that regardless of what's going on, I want you to see and I want you to know that I am able to be here and show up for you, even at the most difficult moments in your life. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Everything isn't going to be peaches and cream throughout our lives. You all are going to go through some of the lowest moments in your lives at various different points. You want a man that can show up, support you, but also show out accordingly. And again, showing out doesn't necessarily mean flaunting money, but showing out in the sense of how he views you, how he cares about you, how he sees you, how he values you. Just showing out for you in terms of the way he see you. And so that's that. A good man also is going to piss you off. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying it in terms of mistreating you. I'm not saying it in terms of he is going to dog you out or he is going to purposely hurt you. But what I mean by that is a good man is simply just different from you as a woman. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that he's out to control you, out to take advantage of you, back you in a corner, and force you to do something you don't want to do. It just simply means that he's different from you. Him being different from you doesn't mean that he's your enemy. It just means that he's your opposite. And your opposite, more times than not, is exactly what you need. Because you don't want a man that you get along with all the time. You don't want a man that is highly volatile in terms of his emotions to where now he's matching energy with you. You don't want a man like that, because a man that is emotionally unhinged, and this is not to say that, ladies, you're emotionally unhinged, but what I'm saying is a man that is emotionally all over the place and matching your energy with your emotions, he is a liability. Because, again, like I said earlier, when it comes time to make decisions on certain things that are very, very important, you need him to be level-headed. You need him to be sound in his judgment. You need to be sound in his decision-making. So that way, when you need to lean on him for those difficult decisions that he will have to make, you know that whatever he decides on at the end of the day is not only going to be within the best interest of him, but it's also going to be within the best interest of you and you all as a couple. So that's what that means. You don't want a man that you have no issues with, because you got to ask yourself, what's going on? Why is everything going well all the time? Because that's just not realistic. You're going to have rifts. You're going to have times where he's going to get on your nerves. He's going to get on your nerves. That's human nature. A man and a woman is two different people. And so just keep that in mind. He is going to annoy you. He is going to get on your nerves. He is going to push your buttons, but it is not in a way where where he's trying to hurt you or trying to take advantage of you. It's just a part of the human experience, because the only way to learn is to know what you can or cannot do. Simply put, so keep that in mind. I didn't want this to be too long, because I could go on and on and on and on and on about all the different qualities and traits that make a good man. But bottom line, what it comes down to is you want to pay attention to his behavior. You want to pay attention to what he does, not necessarily what he says. Take in what he says, value it, process it, hold on to it, but also pay attention to what he does, what his actions is showing you. If he is showing up for you and he is consistent and treating you well and taking care of you in every sense of the imagination, by being emotionally available, by being the rock you can lean on, by being that stability, by being that security, by being that safe confidant that you can share sensitive information with, by being all those things that I listed earlier, you might be working with something pretty decent. So write these down. If you have questions, hit me up, email me. Once again, during this government shutdown, I will be doing free coaching sessions. So hit me up at bookcoachvic@gmail.com. I'll get you in on the calendar as soon as I can. If you need something ASAP, let me know that as well. And I'll try to make some arrangements to move some stuff around. But ladies, just remember this. A good man is much more than all that I described, but in short, those things that I listed is very, very important. And so pay attention to behavior at the end of the day. Not what he says, but what he does. Talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Peace.